Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in. Today, we are going to talk about one of the most important and probably one of the most misunderstood concepts in professional audio. Gain structure is the process of setting the signal level correctly at every stage of the audio path so that your signal stays clean, strong, and free from noises and distortion. Put simply, think of audio signal like water flowing through a series of pipes. If the water pressure is too low, you are barely going to get any water on your end. If the pressure is too high, pipes begin to leak or burst. Gain structure is simply finding the perfect pressure so that every piece of equipment receives the level it was designed for. Using this basic Soundcraft analog mixer, let's take a look at our gain structure. The very first control on every channel strip in this mixer is the gain, sometimes called trim. This control adjusts the level coming from your microphone or instrument before any other processing takes place. Notice its position is on the very top of the channel strip. That is because it is the very first stage in the audio path before EQ, before auxiliary sends, before effects, and before the channel fader. Now, before we go any further, it is important to discuss what gain is not. Gain is not a volume control knob. It is probably the most important lesson. If you are going to remember one thing from this video today, remember this. The gain knob is not a volume knob. If you want your audience to hear more or less of the channel, use the fader. The gain control changes how hard the microphone preamp amplifies the incoming signal. Increasing the gain does not just make the control louder, it changes how the entire system behaves. Too much gain can have the following consequences. It can increase background noise, cause the preamp to clip and distort, make your microphone much more sensitive, reduce your available headroom, increase the likelihood of feedback. Additionally, and this usually can cause a lot of confusion, it can send an overly hot signal everywhere that the channel is routed, including monitors, effects, recording outputs, and of course your main speakers. Now, before moving on, let's make sure that we understand the basics of the signal chain. First, you have your microphone, then you have your preamp gain, then you have your equalizer, followed by your auxiliary sends, effects, pan control, then finally your fader, followed by your left and right main output. Notice that the gain control affects everything downstream. The channel fader only changes how much signal reaches the final mix. Now let's talk about proper by-the-book gain structure. This is the procedure I like to teach new operators to follow. Now, before you are doing this, you are going to have to communicate with your musicians or speakers to make sure that they are singing as if this was a live performance. That way, you ensure an accurate reading on your meter. Step 1. Turn the fader down. Set your main left and right output fader at unity or 0 dBs. Using the decibel meter on your channel, gently increase the gain knob until you reach unity gain on your meter or the yellow region. For this analog sound desk, we have to listen to the channel individually in order to activate the meter for the channel. Therefore, to demonstrate this, I will gently increase the gain on the preamp until I reach unity gain. After reaching unity gain on your channel preamp, you can now place the channel fader at unity or 0 dBs. Lastly, after you are done setting up your gain structure, leave the gain knob alone and going forward, mix using your faders rather than your gain knob. In closing, proper gain structure is the foundation of every great mix. Get your gain right first, and everything else, EQ, compression, effects on your final mix becomes much easier. With that being said, thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.